Hello everyone and welcome back to the Oxford Vapers YouTube channel. I'm Taylor and today we're going to be going through 6 tips to eco-friendly vaping. Now of course looking after the environment should be a goal of every person on earth and that is no different for vapers. So if you can quit smoking through vaping but while looking after the environment, obviously that's a great goal to strive for. Now, if your batteries are completely dead and therefore need to be replaced no matter what, there are a couple of things you can do. The first is head down to a local shop, normally supermarkets, and they have dedicated battery recycling bins. Oftentimes they will look like a big battery and they will be filled up with all sorts of batteries, not just vaping batteries. And the owners of these bins will recycle the batteries and get rid of them properly. The other option is to return them to your vape supplier. Now, we at Oxford Vapers, for example, often take in either mods or batteries that are on their way out and we will dispose of them properly. So if you have a local vape supplier, pop in and ask if this is a service they offer. If you've decided just to replace your batteries just so you can have some new ones or you needed a new size, but your old batteries are still good enough to use, then why not donate them to a friend or a family member who also vapes and can get some more usage out of the batteries, rather than just throwing them away. But the main tip of this is do not ever throw your batteries directly into the general waste bin, because these will then automatically end up in landfill and have absolutely no chance of being recycled. And obviously this is terrible for the environment. Now, opting for refillable tanks where possible makes a lot of sense because generally refillable tanks will be designed with longevity in mind and therefore will be made of more rugged materials such as metals. Also, using something that isn't single use will obviously reduce waste and therefore single-use plastics and all the bad things that end up in landfill. It reduces that by not using these plastics. And also something that's refillable is obviously more cost effective because the only replaceable part of a refillable tank is the coil. And even the most expensive coil we sell at Oxford Vapers is £4.80. Now, on average, that coil is going to last you 1 to 2 weeks. Whereas if you're using disposables, especially if you're using one every 1 or 2 days, that's £6 every 1 or 2 days. Therefore, far more expensive than just replacing a coil every 1 to 2 weeks. Now, using glass tanks over plastic tanks has no real downside because the glass tanks are just as cheap to replace, but they are far less impactful on the environment. So by using glass tanks, you can reduce plastic waste with no real downside. So why would you not? Using high quality, long lasting batteries will mean that these batteries have a longer life and therefore you will need to replace them less often. And so the rate at which these batteries end up either being recycled or disposed of is less, and obviously the less batteries that end up being recycled or thrown away, the better. One tip we do have to make your batteries last just that little bit longer is we always recommend that you fully charge and then discharge your batteries. So never take them off charge when they're half full or start charging them when they're half full, as this will degrade your batteries at a faster rate than discharging and charging fully. This one is quite obvious and makes a lot of sense. If you have the ability to fully shut off your vape rather than leaving it on standby, then this is preferable because you're not using unnecessary energy to keep that vape on standby and therefore don't need to charge it as often, saving electricity, which helps the environment. Now, a lot of vaping companies are moving in this direction, and the front runner, to my knowledge, is Inikin, who recently have moved to a completely plastic-free packaging. So I actually have a box here, and as you can see, it's all cardboard. All the inserts are cardboard. Even their packets for coils and everything are now cardboard and paper, so that they're fully recyclable. And obviously this means there's less plastic waste and less of an impact on the environment. So if you have the ability to recycle your packaging, please make sure you do. Now, those were 6 tips to help towards more eco-friendly vaping. Hopefully you found this video useful. If you did, please feel free to leave a like, comment and subscribe to our channel. With that said, I've been Taylor, this is Oxford Vapers, and we'll see you very soon.